Okay, no? So, welcome to our channel, no? So, our topic for today is yung tinatawag nating accounting for labor. Okay? So, when we say labor, no? Hindi lang natin dito pinag-uusapan yung mga sahod, mga wages, but sinasama rin natin dito yung mga deductions, yung mga OT, yung mga additional pay, na kung saan lahat ng cost related sa isang empleyado. Okay? Pero, yung topic natin for today is related lang lahat sa isang manufacturing firm. Okay? So, lahat ng labor costs related sa isang manufacturing industry. Okay? So, recap muna tayo, no? Kung maalala mo, sa isang manufacturing firm, merong tatlong mahalagang costs. Okay? Number one is yung tinatawag nating direct materials. Okay? Next is yung labor. Plus, yung tinatawag na factory overhead. Na kung saan ang total nito is total manufacturing cost. Okay? Ngayon ang pinag-uusapan natin is itong labor na ito. Okay? Ngayon, yung labor na to sa manufacturing firm is nahati sa dalawang bagay. Okay? So, number one is yung tinatawag na direct labor. And number two is yung tinatawag na indirect labor. Okay? So, anong pinagkaiba nilang dalawa? Si direct labor is directly identified dun sa mismong product. Kung sino yung gumawa, directly nakaka-apekto siya dun sa mismong product. Example natin is yung mga baker. Okay, yung mga tagagawa ng tinapay. So, sino ba yung gumawa ng tinapay? Di ba si baker? Okay? O kaya naman yung mga gumagawa ng mga furnitures. Sino ba yung binabayaran mo para gumawa ng furnitures? Usually, yung mga karpentero. Okay? Ang tawag dun sa binayaran mo sa karpentero at sa baker is direct labor. Okay? Ngayon, kapag sinabi naman natin indirect labor, ito naman yung mga costs na hindi related, no? Sila yung mga add-on costs, yung mga support costs para mag-operate yung business. Example natin, kapag sa manufacturing industry, yung binabayaran mong administrative and selling staff, yung mga binabayaran mong supervisor, mga accounting staff, yung mga sahod nila, those are indirect labor. Okay? Ngayon, kasama din sa indirect labor mo yung mga OT pay. Okay? So, general rule, kapag nagkaroon ng additional overtime pay sa isang labor, sa pagpapasahod mo, is indirect labor. Okay? Tandaan mo, general rule yun. May exception. Okay? Next is yung mga waiting time or idle time. Okay, waiting time or idle time. Okay, so when we say waiting time or idle time, ito yung mga machine breakdown, machine setup, maintenance ng mga machine, na kung saan merong non-productive hours dun sa mga laborer. Okay, so for example, sa isang industry, sa isang factory, nagkaroon ng isang oras na maintenance dun sa machine na ginagamit. Therefore, nakatambay lang yung mga labor mo, yung mga empleyado. Since nakatambay lang sila at walang ginagawa, nagkakaroon ng waiting time or idle time. Okay? Next is yung tinatawag na make-up pay. Make-up pay. Okay? So, when we say make-up pay, ito naman yung mga piecework rate na kung saan merong additional compensation kapag ka nakatapos sila, naka-reach ng quota, merong nadadagdag na additional pay. O kaya naman kapag merong mga nira-rush. Okay? Pag nagkaroon ng rush order, kailangan tapusin na maaga, nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na make-up pay. O kaya naman kulang yung na-produce for the week. kailangan magtrabaho ng additional hours ng laborer mo, ang tawag doon is make-up pay. Okay? So, yun yung mga indirect labor. Okay? So, paano ba ang accounting system sa isang manufacturing industry? Okay? So, yung accounting system mo for labor is merong 5 steps. Okay? Etong 1 and 2 mo, okay, yung 1 and 2 mo is related dun sa tinatawag na wages plan. Okay? Yung 3, 4, 5 is related yan lahat sa accounting na. Okay? Actually, lahat naman yan is related sa accounting. Pero yung 1 and 2 mo is related dun sa wages plan. Okay? So, number 1, recording the number of hours used in total and by job. So, ibig sabihin, nire-record mo kung ilan ba yung nagamit na oras ng empleyado para matapos yung isang manufacturing. Okay? Kung yan, ang minamanufacture mo is table, kung ilang oras yung ginamit mo para magawa yung table. Okay? Recording the quantity produced by the worker. So, ilan ba yung natapos nila? Analyzing the hours used by the employee to determine how time is to be charged. Okay? So, ina-analyze mo kung ilan ba yung trinabaho nila, ina-analyze mo yung direct labor, at ina-analyze mo yung indirect labor. Okay? Allocation of payroll costs to jobs and factory overhead accounts. So, ito naman yung nilalagay mo na yung cost ng direct labor at yung cost ng indirect labor. Okay? And lastly, preparation of payroll including the computation and recording of the employee gross earnings, deduction, and net earnings. So, kaya nga nasabi natin kanina, yung labor is not hindi lang dun sa gross earnings, but rather pati yung mga deduction at yung total na ibabayad mo, which is yung net earnings. Okay? So, ano yung mga wages plan na sinasabi natin na related sa 1 and 2? Okay? Yung wages plan is, ito yung paano ba nire-record yung oras o yung mismong quantity para pagbasihan mo ng ibabayad mo sa laborer. Okay? So, yung wages plan mo, ito yung basis mo kung ano ba yung babayaran mo sa mga employee mo. Okay? It can be hourly rate, piece rate plan, or modified wage plan. Okay? So, when we say hourly rate, ito naman yung plan mo na binabayaran mo yung empleyado mo kada oras na nagtatrabaho siya. Okay? Ngayon, ito, wala siyang additional incentive. Kasi kung ilan yung oras na trinabaho niya, yun lang yung babayaran mo. Okay? So, ito nga yung tinatawag na employee is paid merely being on the job. Okay? So, for example, sa 10 araw, ang oras na trinabaho ni Galido is 8 hours. So, 10 days times 8 hours, sa isang manufacturing firm, meron siyang 80 hours. Okay? Ta-times yan dun sa rate. Okay? Depende kung magkano rate ni Galido kada oras. Yun yung magiging payment sa kanya. Okay? Kapag ka naman sinabing piece rate plan, ang kaibahan nito is ang basis mo is yung output. Okay? Output by rate per piece. So, ibig sabihin kung ilan yung nagawa, yun yung babayaran. Okay? Ang problema dito is nasa-sacrifice yung quality para damihan ng damihan yung ginawa. Siyempre, kung mas marami ka nagawa, mas malaki yung bayad sa'yo. Okay? So, for example, sa isang araw, okay, so 1 day, naka 100 si Galido na mesa. Okay? Since naka 100 siyang mesa, times kung ilan yung per piece. Okay? For example, ang babayaran sa kanya sa isang mesa, babayaran siya ng 100. Therefore, meron siyang 10,000 na labor cost. Okay? Yun nga lang, dahil nga kakamadali, maaari yung mesa is under quality. Okay? So, yun yung problema sa piece rate plan. And lastly, is yung tinatawag na modified wage plan. From the word itself, since modified yan, Combination yan ng hourly rate at ng piece rate, na kung saan merong minimum hourly rate. Okay? So merong minimum na babayaran na oras at merong additional na piece rate kapag naabot yung quota ng production. Okay? So if the established quota is exceed, an additional payment per piece would be added to the minimum wage level. Okay, so for example, magkano na ba minimum wage natin ngayon? Sa Pilipinas, parang 650 na ata. 650 per day. Isipin mo per day yun, no? Ngayon, itong 650 na to, yan yung minimum na babayaran sa'yo pag pumasok ka at nakatapos ka ng 8 hours. Ngayon, since modified wage plan, yung plano ng manufacturing industry, merong kasamang piecemeal, no? Piece rate plan, na kung saan kapag nag-exceed dun sa quota, merong madadagdag na bayad sa iyo. Okay, so for example, ang quota nyo is 100 na mesa sa isang araw, naka 105 kayo. Okay, so yung cost ng 5 na mesa is idadagdag dun sa 650. Okay, kung isipin mo, parang may commission ka kapag ka naka-reach kayo ng quota. Ang tawag nun is modified wage plan. Okay, so paano kinokontrol yung labor cost? Okay, yung controlling ng labor cost is responsibility ng timekeeping at ng payroll. Okay, so responsibility sila ng timekeeping and ng payroll. Si timekeeping, sila yung nagre-record ng oras o kaya naman ng piece rate kung ilan yung natapos. Si payroll naman, sila naman yung nagko-compute ng cost. Okay, so ano yung mga records na hinahandle nila? Si timekeeping, ang nire-record niya is yung mga clock cards, time ticket, and production report. When we say clock cards, ito yung kung ilang oras trinabaho ni employee, yung nasa manufacturing. I-record niya kung ilang oras siya nagtrabaho, naka-record yun sa clock cards. Time ticket, ito rin naman naka-record din kung ilan yung oras, no, dun sa trinabaho niya. And production report, ito naman kung ilan yung natapos niya sa isang araw. Okay, kapag ka naman payroll records, employee earnings records, and payroll summary, lahat ito is records ni payroll department. Okay? Okay, so accounting naman for the labor cost. So i-account naman natin kung ano ba talaga nilalaman ng labor cost. Okay? So usually merong 5 yung laman ng labor cost. Number 1, yung tinatawag na gross earnings. 2, payroll taxes. 3, social security system contribution. 4, PhilHealth contribution. And 5, pag-ibig contribution. Okay. Yung gross earnings mo, ito yung earnings from whatever sources. Okay. So yung kanina, pwede siyang yung hourly rate. Okay. Plus yung mga piece rate kapag modified, no? So pag pinagsama mo yung dalawang yan, yan yung gross earnings. Okay? So pwede mo pa i-plus dyan kung meron siyang overtime, OT pay, o kaya yung mga make-up pay, o kaya naman yung mga shift pay, okay, yung mga night differential. As long as additional siya, income from whatever sources ng isang individual. Okay, so sorry sa motor. Okay, ang tawag sa kanya is gross earnings. Okay, next is ano naman itong tinatawag na employer's payroll taxes. Okay, ngayon yung taxes na yan is a deduction of the government. Okay, kasi ito ay contribution mo para sa gobyerno, no? Para mag-run yung ating government. Kinakaltasan nila yung ating salaries, yung employee salaries. Ang tawag dun sa kaltas ng government is taxes. Okay? So ngayon yung taxes na yan, ang may responsibility niyan generally na magbayad is si employer, yung nag-hire sa'yo. Binabawas na yan sa mismong sahod mo. Okay? Itong taxes, no, merong separate discussion yan, no, with regards to income tax. Okay? Basta ang mahalaga lang na idea dito is binabawasan nito yung mismong gross earnings. Okay, so minus taxes. Na kung saan yung taxes generally is responsibility ng employer mo na bayaran. Okay? Next is yung natawag na Social Security System or SSS contribution. Kapag private, SSS. Kapag government, GSIS. Okay? Ngayon, yung Social Security System contribution mo, ito naman yung payment mo bukod dun sa taxes. Okay? Ito naman yung contribution mo as an employee. Okay? Ito yung contribution mo as an employee na kung saan kapag meron kang natapos na bracket, okay, usually mayroon kasi itong contribution table na kung saan kapag na-reach mo yung retirement age, may matatanggap kang pension. Okay, so from SSS. So kapag matanda ka na, retired ka na, at natapos mo yung contribution mo sa SSS, entitled ka na dun sa tinatawag na pension. Okay, usually meron tong table, no? Meron yung table na kung saan magkano ba yung dinededuct. Okay, hati kayo dyan ng employee mo. Okay, next is yung tinatawag na PhilHealth contribution. Okay, so yung isa, yung una, share mo sa government. Okay, yung pangalawa, share mo as empleyado. Okay, pangatlo na deduction is share mo naman sa healthcare system ng bansa. Okay, so etong PhilHealth contribution na ito, for example, nagkaroon ka ng sakit, since member ka ng PhilHealth, pwede mong gamitin yung PhilHealth ID mo, or dahil may nagko-contribute ka rin sa PhilHealth, pwede kang makakuha ng deduction dun sa mga gastos mo sa ospital. Okay? Pero since wala ka pang sakit at nagtatrabaho ka, kailangan mag-contribute ka. Okay? So additional deduction din yan. Okay? And lastly is yung tinatawag na pag-ibig contribution. Okay? So yung pag-ibig contribution mo naman is contribution mo sa pagmamahal. The joke lang, no? So hindi yan contribution dahil nagmahal ka. Okay? Ito naman is contribution mo para sa mga related educational loans, mga salary loans, mga housing loans. Okay? Na kung saan nagko-contribute ka for the benefit of an individual. Okay? So for example, nangailangan siya ng pera para magpagawa ng bahay. Punta siya kay Pag-ibig Fund. Okay? So lahat itong apat is a deduction for being a good citizen. Joke lang. Okay? Ngayon, since yan is mandatory, pag sinabi natin mandatory, is minamanage siya ng mga government agency, sa mismong gross earning is binabawas na yan. Okay? Sa mismong gross earnings is binabawas na yan. Ikaw, as an accountant, ina-account mo na lang yan dun sa mismong cost. Okay? Sa mismong labor cost. Okay? Itong 2 to 5, may mga tables yan, no? Okay? So, may mga tables yan. Yung pag-ibig contribution is usually 100 pesos. Okay? So, usually meron yang 100 pesos or 3 or yan 3% ng gross earning ng basic pay, whichever is lower. Okay, so kung ano mas mababa dun sa 100 pesos or 3% ng basic pay mo, yun yung pag-ibig contribution mo. Okay, ngayon sa PhilHealth naman, sa PhilHealth ang maximum deduction sa salaries ng 30,000 is 375. Okay, so from 375 pesos ang maximum contribution. Ang minimum contribution dito is if I'm not mistaken 125 pesos. Okay, so sa SSS, yung SSS contribution is nakabase sa table. Okay, nakabase siya sa table na kung saan 55% is binabayaran ng employee mo, yung 45% is ikaw as empleyado magbabayad, no? Depende dun sa SSS contribution table. Okay, yung employer taxes naman is nag-range yan from 0% to 30% ng net taxable income. Okay, so para mas maintindihan mo, mag-illustrate tayo ng some problem. Okay, so to illustrate, assume an employee regularly earns 30 per hour for an 8-hour day. If called upon to work more than 8 hours in a working day, the company will have to pay an overtime premium for hours worked in excess of 8 hours. Assuming the employee works 12 hours on Monday and is paid 50% overtime premium, time and a half, the earnings would be calculated as follows. Okay, since nagtrabaho daw si employee mo ng 30 pesos per 8-hour day, merong direct labor dun sa 8 hours. Okay, which is times 30 pesos. Okay, pero na-assume daw nagtrabaho si empleyado mo ng 12 hours. So meron pang additional na direct labor na 4 hours. Pabayaran mo uli ng 30 pesos. At yung overtime premium is 50% nung rate na 30 pesos. So meron kang indirect labor or factory overhead na 4 hours times 15 pesos. Okay, so 8 times 30 is equal to 240. So 4 times 30 is 120, and 4 times 15 is 60. So for a total of gross earnings na 420. Okay, so meron siyang gross earning nung Monday na 420. If previously mentioned employee is paid a premium of 100%, double time daw nung earnings niya. The earnings would be, again, direct labor na 8 hours times 30 na rate, tas direct labor again na 4 hours times 30 plus yung indirect labor or yung tinatawag na factory overhead na 4 hours times, dahil double time, yung 15 pesos na premium is 30 pesos na din. Okay, so 8 hours times 30 is 240, 4 times 30 is 120, and 4 times 30 is 120. So for a total of 480 pesos. Okay? Okay, so to illustrate further, no? Illustrative problem 1. The Galido Manufacturing Company pays employee every 2 weeks. Monday, May 1 is the beginning of a new payroll period. The following payroll summary is prepared by the payroll department and forwarded to the accounting for recording. Okay? So, nag-provide ng payroll summary na kung saan nakalagay yung gross earnings at binigay na rin lahat ng deductions. Okay? Withholding and deduction. So, for the factory worker, sumahod ng gross earning na 10,000. Sa sales admin and employee, gumastos ng 20,000 for a total of 30,000. Mga withholding taxes niya, income tax, SSS premium, PhilHealth premium, pag-ibig contribution for a total deduction of 2,573.7.55 for the factory worker. Net earnings is 7,462.45. For the sales employee, total deduction is 3,683.33 and net earnings is 16,316.67. After the data are verified, a payroll voucher is authorized and recorded as follows. May 14, debit payroll 30,000. Ito. Nag-withhold ka for the tax payable of 4,812.58. SSS premium payable 833.30. PhilHealth contribution payable 375. Pag-ibig fund contribution payable 200. So voucher payable 23,779.12. So record the necessary transaction. So ang necessary transaction mo dito is yung payment mo dun sa empleyado. Okay? So ang babayaran mo dito is etong 23,779.12. Okay? So debit, vouchers payable. Okay? Credit, cash amounting to 23,779.12. Okay? So, yan yung isang entry mo. And number 2, may isa ka pang entry to record yung nagastos mo dun sa manufacturing cost. Okay? So, kailangan i-record mo yung nagastos mo dun sa tinatawag nating total manufacturing cost. Okay? So, itong factory worker mo is related dun sa direct labor, which is in turn is your work in progress account. Okay? Sales and admin is a period cost which is expense outright. Okay? So debit sales and employee expense. Okay? And credit yung mismong payroll. Okay? So debit work in progress 10,000, sales and employee 20,000, and payroll of 30,000. Okay? Kung mapapansin mo, ang may iwan mong account na lang dito, itong 30,000 is ma-offset na dun sa una. Okay? Yung vouchers payable, since binayaran mo, is ma-offset na. So, ang magiging floating accounts mo na lang is yung mga liabilities, which is yung mga deduction. Okay? At then, next month, kailangan ibayad mo na yan sa mga government agencies. Okay? So, next month, magkakaroon ka ng additional entry for the payment of withholding tax payable. Okay? SSS premium, PhilHealth, pag-ibig, and credit cash. Okay? So, debit mo lang to, yung 4812.58, 833.30, PhilHealth 375, and 200 for the Pag-ibig Fund. Okay? At pag binayaran mo na yan, paki-total na lang. Okay? Yun yung magiging total dito na 6,220.88. Okay. Yan yung mga necessary entries mo for the labor. Okay? So, hanggang doon na lang muna, no? Ang topic natin for direct labor, no? So, kung meron kang katanungan, further clarification, or mga topic na gusto mo pang i-cover sa ating channel, comment down below, no? So, salamat. Hanggang sa muli. Paalam.